here at the Pittsburgh Pickleball Complex on Thursday morning with a match between Don and Deb as partners and Drew and Richard. You're going to hear a lot of bleeping when Richard's talking, but that's okay. We're ready to start the game. Drew's up for the serve. All right, they're already smart talking to each other. There's the serve. It's in. Don's hit it to the back, and Drew hits a foul tip. Oh, Maria's helping in the game here. Oh, yeah, Maria Tanner, our color commentator today, was with us also. All right, that's the fault. Don's up for the serve. 0-1. Up, he strikes the ball. Drew just woofs it. So it's a 1-0 in favor of Don and Deborah. All right, Richard's in the ready position. I don't know where he's going, but he's nervous. He's uptight. Up the service to him. He's got a good return. Up, Drew's fighting it off. Up, Drew hits a winner. All right, the serve goes over to Deb. All right, Deb strikes it. Drew gets a good return. Deb cranks it out the park. All right, the serve goes back to Richard and Drew. I think Rich is trying to escape. He's headed to the gate. Nope, he's coming back. All right, Drew's up for the serve. We had 0-1-1. Up, a good serve is done. Deb hits the return. Richard muffs it again. So now it's Richard's serve, and he don't know where he's at. He's giving the ball back to the opponents. He normally don't serve when nobody's but his, but he's making an exception for this game. 0-1-2. Up, Richards hits a strike. It's a good serve. Don hits a return. Deb taps it over. Up, Don hits a winner. And Drew's able to defend herself, but not over the net with it. Just saved herself. All right, Deb's up serving. We had 1-0-1. All right, we got the serve. It's in. Return is good. Up, Richards hit the winner. Don's hit one. Drew's hit it back. Drew's got another good one. Drew's got a third good hit. Richards got a winner. Whoa, Richards takes one to Deb on the head. All right, now it's done. We had 1-0-2. Up, there's a serve. It's good. Deb's waiting. And it's called out. Richard with an errant hit. So Don and Deb has doubled their score. Now we up to 2-0. There's the serve. It's in. Deb hits a return, and both of them watches the winner. Well, my color commentator's trying to get in the game here. She's throwing balls around. All right, Don hits a serve. It's good. Richard's got a return. Drew hits a return. Don puts it in the net. Ball serve goes over. Now we're back to Drew and Richard for the serve with a 0-3 score. There's the serve. It's good. Deb hits a return. Richard's got a good return. Up, he gets it up. Don hits a winner. Richard laid it up too nice for Don. He loves those high balls, and you will pay with him. 0-3-2. All right, Richard's serving. Up, he's got a good one in. He's had trouble earlier the day with it. And it's out.
I think we have to go to tape to find out what the score is.
Well, we're going to have to call video. Where's the truck so we can go back and get a score count? All right, we're 3-0. The ball is served out by Deborah. Don is up for the second serve on their team. There's the serve. It's good. Richards got a return. Deb hits the winner. Richards tapped it back. Up. Drew hits the top of the tape. So it's another point for Don and Deb. Now we had 4-0. Second server. Up, Don hits an errant ball, but it's a redo. He gets a lead on it, hits the top of the net. All right, Don hits a serve. It's deep, but Drew can handle it. Drew's fighting him off. Richards hit a winner. Whoa! Deb tries to replace him. All right, so that round we had 1 point gained through Don and Deborah. We're still waiting for Drew and Richard. So we're waiting for everyone to get set. Drew's impatient here, and she can see us sweating. Drew hits the winner. Serve. Nope, wasn't the winner. It was just in. She hits. She's still fighting him. She's got him. Don hits a nice soft winner. Now we're over for Richard. We had 0-4 and a second server. Richard strikes his serve. It's in. It's good. Deb hits a good return. Drew is stretching, but hits it into the net. Serve goes back over. We're going to call Deb and Don the D&D. This long names is killing me. All right, Don is up for the serve. He's got a good serve. Drew hits it in the net. So D&D gets another point. All right, Don is serving. We had 5-0. He's the first server on that side this round. Richard hits a good return. Deb blows it by Richard. He tries to step into it, but misses it. It's up another point for D&D. We had 6-0. First server. Drew hits a woof of a hit. Does not clear the net. So Don and Deborah gets another point. So we're at 7-0. There's Don's serve. Richard hits the winning return. All right, Richard set up for the lob. Good lob. He gets overpowered and gets rotten. It's out of bounds. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're at 8-0. Don is still the first server at this juncture. There's his serve. It's good. Drew's got a good return. Another good one. Richard hits. Deb loses a paddle. Richard hits a winner. But she has retrieved her equipment, so she gets to serve this time. So, we had 8-0-2. Deb's serve is good. Richard's return is good. Deb hits a winner. So now we're at 9-0. Ball coming in to D&D. All right, Deborah's up, so there's the serve. It's in. Returned by Drew. Drew is still, and she gets Don where he can't handle the heat. So serve goes over, and we are at Drew and Richard. All right, Drew's up. She's trying to get this point in yet. There's her serve. It's in. Deb hits a return. Richard hits one. Drew hits a lob. That's too long. So they're still trying to get this first point. Richard is up on the serve. He's taking a deep breath. He's thinking about this. 0-9-2. There's the serve. It's good. Don's got a good return, and then it's out. Nope, a mock fault. They have got a point, ladies and gentlemen. There's a hush over the crowd. Richard's kind of having some issues out here. We don't know what's happening with him. 1-9-2. There's the serve. It's good. Deb gets a return to him. He hits it back. Don chokes on the... So Richard has doubled their point. Now they're up to 2-9. And I guess Richard is using the strategy to make them sweat. He's walking slowly to pick up balls. So he's back in the serving quadrant. right, Richard's getting ready to strike it. There's the serve. It's good. Drew hits one over. Up, Don got a winner. They're having issues on the courts keeping up with the scores. We don't have an official scorekeeper yet, so we're going to work on that for the next round. It's up. Deb's up. So we had 9-2. She's the first server. There's the serve. It's a good one. Drew's got a return on it. Deb hits a lob. Richard's running back for the hit. It's in. Richard hits a short backhand that falls on his side of the court about 7 feet from the net. So we're at 10-2. Deb's the first server on her side. There is the serve. It's in. Richard's got the return. Deb hits it to Drew. Drew got it back. Deb's still fighting. Richard is still fighting it. Up. And the serve. And the play is out. The serve goes over to Don. We're still at 10-2, the second server. Ah, there's the serve, and it's a fault. He hits it into the net. That's the first time we've seen that today, so Drew and Richard still has a chance, but you know, it's fading fast. Up, there's a strike. The serve is in. Don hits the return. Don hits a winner. But Richard and Drew are not out yet. Richard's got a serve. Let's see what he can do with it. He's waiting for the balls to get to him. He's gathering himself. He steps up to the line. There's the strike of the serve. Serve's good. Deb hits the return. Drew hits the lob back, and it's out. So they've used their two serves. Don is going up with a possible win serve here. 10-2-1. First server serves in. Good return. Richard hits it back. Drew hits it. They're still fighting. Up, and Drew does not hit a good backhand smash. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Our game of the day. And so let's see if we can get some commentary from the winners. If we can get them to come over and all. Don and Deb, can you step over this way for a moment? If we can have your input on what was your winning strategy here.
Well, what really inspired us was Richard's dancing.
Oh, that slow move he's got with the Spanx or whatever he was doing. Well, yes, he was kind of slow on that. But if that's what your inspiration was, that's what works. How about your partner? Does she has anything to put into this?
My inspiration is that Bill is the only person who talks just more than Richard. So it worked out fine.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Well, thank you very much for this. But that's the wrap for today.